So you might be wondering why I'm standing next to this big horse statue. Well, that's because this episode of InTRUview is coming to you from the home of the Kentucky Derby in Louisville, Kentucky. Hey everybody, it's Jeff Kraft, and Derby Dental Lab is our next stop. What do you say we take a few laps around this newer facility and chat with the folks that have made this company so successful over the last 35 years? Now, how do I get on this thing? That's not right. That's not right. Nope. I'm just gonna walk in. So after 35 years, I must be doing something right. Starting with this lobby, it looks nice. A lot of horse statues. I don't know a whole lot about horses. I'm hoping Reed, the owner, the CEO, can tell me more about it. I'm also going to be chatting with Basil. Now, Basil, he basically runs the floor. Speaking of running, look at that. It's beautiful. I got to figure out if they can help me get on a horse. There they are, Basil, Reed. Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping you guys would be.
Good to see you, man.
Basil,
Hey,
Jeff,
doing all right.
Reed.
Pleasure. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys. I want to chat with you guys out in the lobby. It's a beautiful lobby, but I also want to chat with Brandon and Jeff because they're a pretty intricate part of why True Abutment is here. You guys ready to go out and chat?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect.
Sounds perfect.
All right, guys, I appreciate you guys sitting down with me. There's a heck of a story here, and it starts with your dad. You know, over 35 years ago, started this company. You guys have grew into this facility. But talk about how it all started for you, growing up, watching your dad go to work in an industry that you now own in this area.
Yeah, my dad founded the business in the mid-'80s. And kind of even further back than that, my grandfather went to dental school in the mid-'50s and graduated, and that's what kind of brought our family up to Louisville, Kentucky. And then my father was a serial entrepreneur who, I don't think he's ever had a boss. And I think one day my grandfather talked to him, I paid my dental lab a decent amount of money. And he's like, okay, what's that? So he found a college here in Louisville College at the time, took a 2-year program, became a dental laboratory tech, and really kind of started from there. And so we started hiring his classmates and, tried to build something a little bigger. Became a larger laboratory, and then I was fortunate enough to, I guess it was 2010, he invited me in to see if I wanted to do this as a living as well. I was previously in real estate and construction and enjoyed that, but had the fortunes of a bad back and constantly nursing that. It couldn't have been a better time. In 2010 in our industry, digital was coming in, technology, zirconia was this awful looking product that everyone wanted to buy at that moment in time. So it just worked out well.
And you got a great team here. I want to talk, Basil, how long have you been with the company?
I've been with the company a little over 5 years.
Okay. Your role is managing the floor, the overall day-to-day.
Correct.
Here. Hiring the right staff for you. Do you bring the staff on? Do you train them? Do you look for their weaknesses, their strengths, and see what the company can utilize?
I do most of the hiring with our leads.
Okay.
Whenever we come in with technicians, us, like every other laboratory right now, hiring is probably the biggest struggle.
Well, and that's a common thing. A lot of the labs that we go to around the country, that is the number one thing, is retention of staff.
Oh, yeah.
Hiring staff, looking for staff. But you guys work with the local college here as well, and it's like a shadow program. Is that what you have here?
We do. So we typically at least have one dental student hopeful on employee for us. They're just here. They're trying to get experience. One of the biggest things we see with our dentists is the schools, and it's nothing against them, just the denture side specifically, the programs aren't as robust as they should be, so a lot of new doctors struggle with their dentures. So being able to bring on dental student hopefuls, have them work to get their hands dirty, we've gotten a good feel on where most schools kind of lack and where students struggle. So we put them in those positions in the lab to focus, so whenever they get to the school, they're shining. I can say every student hopeful that we've brought on got into the university. Maybe not the first try, but they've gotten in eventually. It's investing in the future of our industry.
Yeah.
The better we show them, the better it helps us and other laboratories.
Good-looking guys sitting over here that are in the lab day in and day out.
So.
Brandon and Jeff, I mean, you guys work hand in hand. And Jeff, you really created this relationship with InTRUview. Brandon, you've continued that relationship. Talk about your backgrounds. Brandon, let's start with you.
Actually, being in the dental lab, I started at 14 years old. My dad owned a lab.
Is that right? Really?
Right. This is the 5th lab I've been at. I just been kind of moving, searching for something more cutting edge. And the great, I've always been in small to medium-sized labs. This is a big lab, a lot of knowledge. Jeff has his department as well. We work together a lot, but we, utilize each other
of course.
All day. All day we're talking and.
Yeah, and you're more of the specialty. You kind of handle those challenging cases.
Right. I welcome the hard stuff. I love doing it. I try to keep up on continuing my education, whether it's through webinars or just videos, even True Abutment videos, watching, you guys have stuff as well. The best thing about being here is just a team.
Yeah.
It's not just me, it's, we have a great, I have 2 guys here who are great at implants and really know their stuff, and it's nice to have other people to lean on.
The reason why we're here is because of the success of the company over the last 35 years, but the relationship on why we're here was created from you, Jeff. What is it that you saw with InTRUview that you said, you know what, this is where Derby needs to build a relationship, and we can continue to build the company with the partnership of InTRUview? What was the reason for that?
There's a lot of implant companies out there, and the quality of the parts and the way they utilize our digital system, I think their workflow works better with our system. Everything we have now is high tech, all the machinery, so the digital workflow is really important. It's user friendly to me.
Okay.
Which is really important because the less I have to sit there and be on a computer, the more time I have to do other stuff.
How do you guys decide to move on to be more, maybe 100% digital? Is that the goal overall with the lab, is to be 100% digital, or do you still feel like you want to keep that analog system in place?
So I would say the goal is digital is a better workflow for most laboratories. One of the great things about Derby is that we can do that and add those resources. But for us, our goal at the end of the day is always quality and consistency. And with the digital workflow, we're able to streamline our processes and truly put the focus into the consistency aspect of it, because a digital one, you have a lot more control over that than analog impressions and just human error of grinding. So we currently want to continue to grow that. We're at about 33% digital on the crown and bridge and implant side. We'll love to grow that. And it's been growing astronomically since COVID, more people buying iOS scanners and putting those in.
I think it pushed the ability to take a scan, to reduce chair time. Right now, dentists are having a little bit of a struggle that they have to have certain levels of cleanliness between, not that we maybe didn't always need that, but they've always had good protocols. They've had to tighten those up a lot. So to save 5 minutes of taking a digital scan or something, I think they see that benefit now. But there's so much more on the technology side for them. It has, like Basil said, it's about a third. Some days it can get close to half of the work that comes in doesn't come in via our UPS guy or our 7 delivery drivers. It's numbers on a computer, and you just download things, and it's a different world. But at the end of the day, it's better dentistry, and that's the best part.
How do you maintain, with 90 plus employees, how do you maintain that I can't wait to go to work today. I'm excited about this team. That could be tough for a lot of companies that might be the thing that they're afraid to grow because they don't know how to manage that type of staff. How do you do it?
I've got 5 children, and going from 3 to 4 to 5, it's not a whole lot different. If I had a couple more, we always have 3 or 4 kids at our house. People are like, how do you deal with, having a couple friends over 9 kids? It's like, it's great. That's our family. That's all we know. We were a smaller lab for a number of years. I want to say in 22 when we came in, we maybe had mid-20s of employees, but it didn't just happen overnight, right? Our family just grew. our business just grew and we brought in good people. I mean, it's, our industry is pretty tight knit. Most of the people know somebody. It was word of mouth that brought someone here. Or, I'll brag on us a little bit, it was a little bit that we've got a better environment than maybe our competition in our area. We're the lab that people would like to come work at. So as we do have these labor shortages, it's kind of nice that when we want or need somebody in a position, we normally have people come knock on our door, which is pretty awesome.
There's a history with Churchill Downs and Kentucky Derby. This comes from your dad.
My mom's father had a small, smaller than the space we're sitting in right now, building right by Churchill Downs, right by where the Kentucky Derby is raced. So moved in there and really didn't have a name at that point, and I think just the proximity to being next to the track and everything, it kind of stuck. So our town's full of horses. Every painting or picture and statue out front is all horses. That's the most beautiful part of our state is the horse country.
The hardest part about horse racing for me is getting on the horse. I tried it earlier before I came in here. It's not easy.
You need someone to prop you up there.
That was the problem. I don't have anybody propping me up.
Hey Jeff, got a quick second?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, True Abutment was kind enough to give us a gift, and I just thought it'd be fitting for it to go to you, man. You know, you run our implant department, and you're the one that connected us. So,
Thank you, man.
we appreciate all you do, and whatever it is, I'm sure you'll enjoy, man. I guess you get to open it.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. There you go.
Glassware, maybe?
I don't know. A new articulator.
Man, look at that.
It's a Theragun, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like a massager in it. That's awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, again.
Thank you, man.
Enjoy, man. Thanks.
I'll make a bet. One, two, three. Come on.
Reed, Basil, thanks a lot for allowing me to come in here, bring an entire camera crew, walk through your facility, and check out what you guys do. Pretty impressive how you guys have come so far. You've taken over that legacy that your dad created, the passion that you have for your job. Again, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Well, we're thankful for you guys coming and putting on food for our team, and glad we could share a little slice of the dental laboratory with you.
Absolutely. Thanks
Definitely.
a lot.
Thanks for everything. For real. Thank you.
No problem. All right, guys. Good luck. I'm going to come back and check in on you guys in the next few months.
Welcome anytime.
Play some golf.
Sounds good.
All right. See you guys.
Bye, man. Thanks, Jeff.
Well, that's going to do it. Another episode in the books here in Louisville, Kentucky. Join us next time. Until then, I'm Jeff Kraft. See ya. Basil, this is an incredible view from really this classroom setting. When you guys moved into this facility, what was the original idea with this? It's set up as a classroom now.
Right, so we wanted to do more CE with our doctors. The more training we can do with them, the better it helps us to help them in the long run. So,
yeah.
And just to bring in, and the goal was to do some sort of CE about every month if we could, and we continue to do so is the hope.
Yeah, and that curriculum, it can change. You can bring in different specialists to come in and do that, and this would be the facility for people to gravitate towards.
Exactly. I mean, next week we actually have a iOS implant course that we're hosting here. We usually shoot to get about 30 to 40 doctors in here. That's about our max capacity at this point, and just keep working towards improving our doctors, and so we can improve with them on that.
And with the facility being right here, you guys are so close to the Bourbon Trail, obviously. So the doctors come in, they can go ahead and see what's going on off property, so to speak, and explore the area.
For sure. Most of our participants are local. I mean, we get some from Indiana, a couple from Ohio on occasion, but most of them are pretty local, and it's usually a good turnout.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, and then with this view right here, I mean, this is really fantastic.
It's a nice live view of their cases coming through the lab.
Yeah. Do you ever sit up here and go, "Hey, Janet, get to work. Hey, Brian, what are you doing over here?" You ever do that?
I don't. The joke was we were going to put Reed's office right here, so that way the door's up and he can shout down on everybody while he's going. But no, so.